Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing something a little bit different. I'm actually doing 3 different readings. So we have your love life, heartbreak, and passion. So you can pick which one you would like. So readings are timeless and timestamps are in the pinned comments and decks are in the description box. There's a link to my link tree so you can find me all over the internet. And there are also links to Etsy for each of these exact readings. I wanted to say thank you to my new subscribers. It's been awesome. Also, thank you to those of you who are heading over to Etsy and getting readings. It's awesome. There's been like 70 readings already. So I've really enjoyed getting to know you individually and knowing your relationships and seeing them grow. It's been really fun. I also wanted to do a shout out card to our shout out person. This is for Priestess Anko, as they were the first person to comment on messages from your person. So you have received take time to breathe out, disseminating moon. So don't forget, priest, to take time to breathe out. Also, don't forget about what is in the box. You can find that at the end of the video. Today it's something really different than what I normally put in there. And what's in the box is for intuition, because the things on my channel they might not be for you. It might be something that is a message for somebody else. So you don't want to take the messages that aren't yours. Also, if you want to get a shout out card, be the first to comment on a video. And this is something new that I'm doing, so I'm kind of collecting people as we go. So that person will get a shout out card at the beginning of the video. It could be a tarot card or an oracle card. And I'll try to say your name, but if I can't pronounce it, I'll make you a little sign. Also on my channel, if the camera zooms in on a card, we pull a clarifier. And today we're pulling the clarifier from the Tarot of Sexual Magic. So let's go ahead and get started with the people who chose to get the reading about their love life. So this is the first group. So the question one is, well, first of all, I did, what is the energy of our relationship? What do I need? And what does my partner need? And then I just pulled another card for this one because the other ones had 6. So I just wanted to pull an extra one. So the energy of your relationship is food. Feeding your partner is very loving and nurturing. Also, food is usually what you do to go out on a date. So for some of you, you need to have a connection with this person. You need to go out of your comfort zone and do something unusual with them. So then what do you need is showing up as the 6 of Wands upright. And the 6 of Wands upright is about victory and recognition. I really sense that a lot of you who have chosen this pile need a date night. You need some one-on-one time. You need to either cook together or go out and have some food, go to a baseball game, get a hot dog, go to a movie, get a popcorn. You need some time with your person. And what do they need from you is showing up as the King of Swords. So the King of Swords, this is a man or a masculine energy that is logical and self-sufficient. So there needs to be some balance brought into this relationship. I'm going to pull another clarifier card. So it's showing up with the clarifier of the death card. So the death card, don't be worried about it. Take a deep breath. It's just about letting go and letting and moving on. So there's a balance here that they feel needs to happen. So the King of Swords is like logical, and they're seeing some of you as this person. Like, look at this picture. Like, they're seeing you as angry and upset. They don't know why you are. The reason that you're angry and upset is because you haven't had a connection with them. You hadn't had a date night in a long time. I sense that some of you have had changes in your environment. Either a new baby or like a older family member has moved in, or a sibling has moved in. Like, the dynamic has changed. And because the dynamic changed, you guys didn't really talk to each other about what you needed. So now you're both off. So then the other card that was just a clarifier was showing up as the reverse 3 of Cups, which really shows this. It's a feeling of no support. So you need to communicate a lot because you are really upset, but because they don't know what's going on, and because they're coming from like a logic standpoint, and because the way this change has happened, it's really affected you, but it hasn't affected them as much. So they don't know why you're upset. And I know you're like, oh, they should know. They should know I am upset because their mom moved in with me, or his mom, or her, and you feel like, oh, I'm doing all these things for this person, but they don't see it that way. And there's a practice called the octopus where you pretend that the issue is the head of the octopus and each leg is a participant in it. And every leg that you get in is going to see this in a different situation. They feel differently than you do. And the change, or the I don't know if it's like, for some of you, like I said, it's a baby. That baby has a different perspective. The mailman even has a perspective of what's going on. So you need to communicate your perspective because they don't see it at all. And it's not really from a matter of they don't want to, it's just that they don't. They don't have the body that births a child, or they weren't the one who filled all the paperwork out for the adoption, or they are just more of you are more of the feminine energy, even if you are identifying as male. You are more of the feminine energy in this relationship, and they're the masculine energy. And as the masculine energy, they're just confused. And they love you immensely. They want to help you. They really are just sitting there like, why are you upset? And then when they ask you, you say bullshit like, oh, I'm fine. Everything's fine. He should know what's wrong. Are you kidding? What are you doing? If those words come out of your mouth, you are not equipped to be in a relationship. So I'm going to tell you that some of you need to put on your big girl panties and have a relationship. It's beautiful. All right. I can't wait to see the comments on that. If you have some further questions about your specific relationship, you can get this exact reading, and it's available on Etsy. There will be a link below. And don't forget to like and share and subscribe and all the wonderful things that you can do on YouTube. And then don't forget to go to the end of the video to find out what is in the box. All right, this is for group 2 that chose the Heartbreak reading. Okay, so we have, what energy is my heart in? Why did it end? How can I move on? What energy are they in? What do I need to heal? Oh, wow. I actually thought that was only one card. Wow, you guys had a lot of cards. And then there were just 2 extra ones that are probably going to give us more information, because obviously heartbreak is something that you just really want to know. What happened? Where did we go, our separate ways? What happened? So let's go ahead and dive into this. So what energy is my heart currently in? Is showing security. Security in your relationship is very helpful. Your relationship will thrive with security. So right away, I'm getting a sense that for some of you, there was some infidelity. There was this person would leave and you wouldn't know where they were going. You just didn't feel secure. And the thing about heartbreak is sometimes the reason that it works out well is because you picked you. You have the security of knowing that you have you. So then why did it end? Is showing up as the reverse Ace of Pentacles. And the reverse Ace of Pentacles is about stress with money. So for some of you, there wasn't a security. For some of you, it was a financial aspect. Maybe this person was a gambler. They just could never hold down a job. You had to be the breadwinner and they didn't do anything at all while you were at work. It was just really heartbreaking because you knew there was no security financially. Okay, how can I move on? Is showing up as the Empress. Good job. So the Empress is really about abundance. Wow, this is a really interesting heartbreak financial reading. So the Empress is really powerful and strong and self-reliant. There's this aspect of you that is a feminine energy that can give yourself your own security. So at this point, you're not looking for it from anyone else. So the next one is, what energy are they in? Is showing up as the Moon. So that person really has unseen problems. They don't really know there's an issue. They don't feel insecure with not having money coming in, and it doesn't bother them as much. But it was a definite issue for you, so it's not really landing on anything. Okay. So the next one, what do I need to do to heal, is showing up as the reverse Six of Pentacles. The reverse Six of Pentacles is realizing that there's some one-sidedness, there was some struggling. This person did not see things your way. They did not know how upset you really were. And it really has a sense of like round peg, square hole, where it was like they are never going to be able to see the abundance that's available to them. They have just this blind eye. It's unforeseen to them. They don't know that they can create a wonderful, abundant life, so they just aren't. So then the next card that came up was showing up as the Queen of Wands. Wow, guys. So you are really, you have this mastery of finances. You have this element of abundance. You know what's going on. And there are a lot of people who are coming in. Like if you see this guy, he's like really staring at her. He's really paying attention. You have this guy who's just kind of rushing in from the side door. You have this guys are over here with multiple partners. And so there's a real sense that you were looking for security in other people. And with this relationship, you have really come to terms with the fact that you are the Empress and that you don't need anybody else. And that everybody else is just kind of watching you in your power. You're the Queen of Wands. You're the Empress. So the other card that they wanted you to know was the reverse Two of Cups. And the reverse Two of Cups is about disinterest. Like this person didn't want to change. They didn't know they should change, or they didn't want to change, or they really felt like they couldn't change. They didn't have any, like this goes back to like this being their energy. They're just they're just out there. They don't really know what was going on. So you got your heart broken mainly because you saw this great life that the two of you could have together. And then this person just never was able to step into their energy of abundance. And that just was too much of a mismatch for you. So this actually, I know it was heartbreaking, but really, in the end, what's going to happen is you're going to provide this security for yourself. And then other people who come in, you're just going to have a good time with them. You're not going to need them to be the breadwinner because you're kind of learning that you are the breadwinner. So that's excellent. I've actually been working with an energy coach. Her name is Lori Bolin, and she actually helped me a lot with my energy and shifting it and kind of seeing what was going on. I was in a very similar situation to this. So I'll also have a link in the description box where you can see some of the things that she has. She has free videos that are on Facebook, but she's coming over to YouTube, and she has helped me shift my energy a lot. So she's somebody who, if you're stuck kind of in this, like, how come I can't find a person who wants to have abundance with me, you could definitely work with her to find out that situation. And if you would like a reading just to be able to find out what is going on with you or them, you can get this exact reading on Etsy. And don't forget to like and share and subscribe and all of the wonderful things you can do on YouTube. Excellent. So now we have group number 3 that has the passion. So then we have, this is actually a romance energy card. So I'm going to set this aside so we can lay everything else out. So we have, what is my passion? How can I tap into my passion? What is blocking me? How to let go of the blocks? How others see my passion? How do I express my passion? And then we'll show a romance oracle card that will just give you what your romance energy is at this time. So question number 1, what is my passion? Is showing up as the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is about teamwork and commerce. So for a lot of you, you really have a passion of being an entrepreneur and having your own business. Some of you are starting Etsy shops and channels on YouTube and starting to read tarot. You're doing all kinds of things because you're really passionate about being able to create this situation where you are bringing in your own money. So then what can I do to tap into my passion is showing up as the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is really amazing. The Queen of Swords is logical and truth telling. She is there with the hard messages. So one of the things about I've been an entrepreneur for about 5 years, and one of the things about being an entrepreneur is that you have to stick up for yourself. Like you have to be like, no, I cannot babysit your children because I run a business. Or, you have to take the emotion out of it because that's one of the best things that one of my guy friends told me. He was like, take your emotion out of your business, and then what would your choice be? So, for some of you wanting to pursue this passion, um, and it's really odd. I know this doesn't really tie into like a sexual feeling, but your passion, this is what is coming up, is just being that logical, truth-telling, feminine energy. So then the next one is, what is blocking me from my passion is the reverse King of Pentacles. So the reverse King of Pentacles is stubborn and there's no follow through. So it's really interesting because I feel like this is two sides of you. This is your feminine and your masculine. So your feminine energy, you're out there, you're telling the truth, you're doing what you got to do. But then for some of you, there's not a lot of follow through with it. You might have something where you're like, oh, I don't want them to get upset, or I don't want to fire that person, or I don't really like conflict. So what's kind of blocking you from having this really successful business is your fear and your pleasing other people. Other people, there are going to be times when you as a business person are going to have a customer who maybe they complain or they don't like what you did or whatever. Talk to them, have a conversation. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. You got this. So that's the thing that's blocking you, is you are concerned that people won't be happy with the things that you say. So then, let's see, fourth one, how to let go of my blocks. The Lover's card. So the Lover's card is about partnership and balancing two things. For some of you, which you're that's the balance of the two. It's the balance of the masculine and the feminine. You do want to keep your feminine qualities while you're working with people, but then you're also really going to want to have that balance of that masculine energy that's just like, no, I'm the King of Pentacles, this is what we're doing. All right, so the next one is how others see your passion. And this is pulling up as the reverse Knight of Pentacles. The reverse Knight of Pentacles is lazy and unemployed. So some people see you as just kind of, you know, some of you have like, oh, Pampered Chef or Avon or Tupperware. You have these businesses, or you're dealing with oils, and people are like, oh, that's not a real business. I see them as lazy. They're unemployed. And this is where it goes back into not caring what anybody else thinks. Like, if this is your passion, if you are selling oils because you believe that they help people get better and you believe you can make money to feed your family, and that is why you're passionate, because you are creating this situation where you want to help people, then it doesn't even matter what anybody else thinks. And then how do I express my passion is pulling up as the reverse Emperor. And the reverse Emperor is really has like a big ego. There's some immaturity. So I kind of feel like for some of you, you're in a relationship, and this person that you're in the relationship is not seeing things your way, and they're not being very supportive. And they're kind of being a little bit arrogant. There's this feeling of arrogance from this person, and you really, that's kind of another thing that they're worried about. They feel like, oh, well, you're not really listening to anybody else. You're not taking in our considerations and our worries, and you're not listening that we're telling you that you're in a pyramid scheme, or some of the things that they're saying there's validity to. And you might find some information from them, but for the most part, it seems like they just really see that you don't really want to hear what they have to say. And for some of you, that could be a mistake, because if you can get them on board with you, then you're not fighting. And I feel that when you are in this energy of fighting about your passion, your passion shifts from your business to this person. So you're actually like taking away from what you really want to do by arguing with this person. Whereas if you just go in and say, hey, this is why I'm doing it, this is what I really want, like there's not a lot of communication here, which is where that Queen of Swords comes in, which is how you tap into your passion. Having a Queen of Swords energy where you're explaining everything that's going on is completely different from this kind of energy where it's just like, I got this and I don't have to tell you anything. That's all ego. So then let's pull a clarity card on the reverse King of Pentacles. It came up as a clarity of the reverse Five of Swords. So the reverse Five of Swords is about a fair fight. It is about peace after having a troubling situation. So you can find the balance with yourself and work on this connection and balancing with people. So you don't have peace within yourself, so you can't have it within other relationships because you haven't found your balance yet. So nobody else really knows what you're doing because you don't either. So then we're going to pull one last card on that Three of Wands as a clarifier. And that is showing up as the reverse Knight of Swords as a clarifier for that. The reverse Knight of Swords, there's some things that are deliberately happening with this other person. They don't want you to be successful. They do have a little bit of jealousy. So some of you really want to look into your relationships and what is going on, because they are not as supportive as you would hope that they would be. So then your romance energy with this whole thing, because I feel like this passion of your business is affecting your romance, is showing up as fun. Having fun with your partner is a life-changing event. So some of you, because you are starting this business and it feels like all you guys have been doing is fighting, you're not really having fun anymore. And that's really the whole point in life. That's why we're humans, because we wanted to come here and see what things were exciting and enjoyable. So you need to work on your relationship and then also work on balancing yourself, and you'll be able to find that fun again. All right. Well, thank you so much for letting me read for you. I do actually have a reading in my Etsy shop that has to do with businesses. So that's also available. And then as well as this passion reading. And now it is time for what is in the box. What's in the box? What's in the box? And what is in the box is a blue lighter. Told you it was different. All right. Well, thank you so much for letting me read for you, and I look forward to reading for you again.